Well, welcome to our class on how to stay young the first 100 years. I'm Tom Moore, and you are?
Mystic Ison.
Mystic Ison, okay. And glad to have you here, Mystic. I think this is going to make a huge difference in the possible quality of your life and the life of your family. I know you've tried to include your family already, and I think this will even give you more reason and maybe things you can tell them. And I want to talk to you now about how to stay young the first 100 years. What do you need to know to stay young the first 100 years? Well, it is a fact we are living longer, and that's not ambitious to think you need to be thinking about 100 years. I know you're young, but I'm not. And at one time, living 100 years seemed like impossible, but now it's getting a little more probable. Well, I shouldn't say probable. That's a little ambitious of me, but it's definitely a possibility. Let's look at the facts. In 1900, people lived to be an average of 49, and a lot of that is because there were a lot of deaths, very young in life, and also didn't have the preventative care and the kind of health care maintenance things that we have now, plus as clean of water as we have now. And in the average lifespan today is clear up to 77.6. So if you're just the average person, and this was a 2006 study by the University of Texas, so if you're just an average person, I'd say that's increased by now. You're going to live to around 80. So, and that's on that scale. Who knows with someone your age? That's more like for me. So by 2050, they expect 800,000 Americans will be over 100. Now, you're not going to be 100 by 2050, but you're going to be in that group that's probably going to be living to 100. And many will live to 150. I don't know about that idea, that prospect. That's a long way. Yeah, I don't know if I want that. Of course, when I'm 100, I might want 150. Yeah. But the point is, you are going to be living longer. So if you're going to live to this ripe old age, you want to have a quality of life where you can work and play and do the kind of things you want to do, live. And so let's look at how we can get some of that quality of life. And now we'll have to shut the door because he's back. Okay. So we have all these baby boomers, people my age, who have revealed, just from the sheer numbers of them coming through the system, what happens in larger numbers when people get old. And what's come up is the mental illnesses like dementia and also in the form of Alzheimer's, and people really attacking their wrinkles. That's a big thing. So we have mental disease, and Alzheimer's, typically not going to kick in at least you're 70. So we're seeing a lot of people 70, seeing a lot of it. Wrinkles start kicking in later, so we're seeing a lot of wrinkles. And the big thing, though, the mobility that you possess at that age is musculoskeletal. And that's what we deal with here, the musculoskeletal part. So we're going to continue. And we have the most common dysfunction of persons over 50 like me is the musculoskeletal. So we want to do something about that. It's just like this guy's robbing this place. If I told you what was going to take away your mobility and when it was going to take it away, you would probably do something. Just like if I told you when this guy's going to rob your house and who it is, you would do something to prevent it. Well, we're going to tell you what's going to take away your mobility and when it's going to happen, and especially at your age, you can prevent that from happening. Matter of fact, you're well on your way to preventing that from happening. And let's say you live to 105 or even 95. If at 65 you lose your mobility, which would not be unheard of, or at least a big part of your mobility, I should say, you might have 40 years of pain or even 30 years of pain and think you're not even 30 yet. Can you imagine living 30 years with pain? It's not a friendly thought. Okay.
I'm in pain now.
You're in pain now. Well, okay, yeah, right. We don't want 30 solid years of that, right? Yeah. So, what has improved? You'll notice we've made tooth decay. I don't know if in your generation, but toothaches used to be just major. I mean, toothache is serious pain. I don't know if you've ever had one, but and we've also done preventative things with teeth so that you just keep them and they don't hurt as much. Wrinkles since 1997. I guess we lost our. I wonder why it does that. Let me pause the camera here. Reboot that.